Shalom to the 12 tribe scattered abroad. It's Brother Kadar Malak come back with another cold cut going into what is required of a woman. A lot of times, brothers going to what's required for a man. What does a man have to do? What he have to understand? What does he have to teach? What does he have to give to the body as well? But I feel like a lot of times we do not go into what the sisters have to do, nor do the sisters know what to do in the body or with their husband. So I want to give a quick shalom to all the righteous sisters, all the righteous mighty men, by keeping the commandments and the faith in the last days. All right. I want to kick it off with a quick precept. All right. Look at I share my screen. Share my screen. All right. All right. So let's get Genesis chapter 2. Well, let's even get Genesis chapter 1 through the Spirit. Genesis chapter 1, and let's start at 26. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. All right, so first and foremost, the man was made in the image of God, but the woman is also in the likeness, right, as a great counterpart to the man. Okay, so in a sense, they have somewhat of a likeness of the Most High. You have woolly hair, you have that dark skinned sister. For the most part, it's not no disrespect to a lighter skinned sister, right? But we had that same melanated skin, right? We are the Jews at the end of the day. So we have the image of God as well, right? Now I want to go to Genesis 2. So first and foremost, when it's talking about Adam being in the image of God and the likeness of God, it's not saying Adam is the paint picture of the Most High. No, it means he's in his likeness. He moves in the spirit of the Most High, right? But it's just on a lower level. So just like for the sisters, right, where you go into that word mistress in the Hebrew, when you had Sarah, right? Mistress means Lord over all the women, right? Women are not gods. They are not, gods on earth. They're not men, but they have a title, mistress, Lord over all the women. So they're a god to the heathen. They're a god to the heathen women, and they have more power now. They're way better than them, right? They're purer than them, right? So first and foremost, to any sister, remember that, hey, you're supposed to be in the image of the Most High, right? In His likeness. Okay, now let's get Genesis 2. Genesis 2, and let's start at let's start at start at 18. And the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him." So primarily, right, and the most important thing for a woman to do is to be a helpmate for her husband. Okay. Because at the end of the day, all sisters want to be married. Don't get me be I don't want to get married. I don't want a man. If a righteous man was there for you, you will want him. I don't want a man. I'm just gonna suffer. I'm gonna be alone. I don't like all these brothers. Hey, at the end of the day, every woman yearns. If she's not a homosexual, if she's not dealing with a demon of lesbianism, she wants a righteous man. Okay, so when in your purpose, ultimately at the end of the day, is being a help meet for your husband. That's it. It's nothing else, right? The Most High didn't say, "Hey, I made woman so she can make all the garments all damn day. I made women so she can go to camp. I made women so she can work 80 hours a week." That's not why He made you. He didn't make money. He didn't make women so they can get rich in Babylon. He didn't make women so they can become popular and be the prettiest woman on the internet. Most High, right? The primary thing for women in this truth is to be a helpmate for their husband when that time comes. Right now, I know sisters gonna say, "Well, hold on, I don't have a husband right now. What do I do? What about I don't got a man? I don't know what to do." We're gonna touch on that. But primarily, you're made, right? You're first off, you're made in the image of your man. The man is made in the image of God. So, in a sense, you have the image of God dwelling in you, right? Moving in the image and likeness of the Most High, right? And the Son Yahushua. And then two, being a helpmate. Okay. Now, let's get another precept, right? So another thing, right? What is required of a woman? For one, to be a helpmate. Okay. Now that helpmate don't mean you can't be a helpmate to the church. You have Phoebe, you have Anna, you have righteous women that were helpmates to the church. The whole goal, women are supposed to just help. It don't say women are supposed to be leaders. It don't say women are supposed to be generals. It say women are to help in any aspect. Your goal is to help. Okay. Now, I want to get a preset. Right. I want to get another preset because I want to touch on this too. Let's get so I can. I'm gonna start with this one first. Well, actually, let's get this first. Actually, let's get this first in Ephesians. So after realizing you must be a helpmeet, right, and you have to what me in the image of God. What does that mean to be in the image of God? Right. Let's go to Ephesians 5. Right. Let's look at Ephesians chapter 5. Let's start at verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So the great image, right, of a household being in order, being done. The main issue Eve's going to deal with is being submissive to their husbands and submissive to the Most High. Okay, so for single sisters, before you get married, before you get a husband, hey, the thing you need to do is submit to the Most High, right, which is in the spirit, right, your husband, right, the Most High is all our husband, right, he tells us what to do, right, we're married unto him, we're joined unto him, we're the Most High, their wife, his wife in a sense, okay, so when it said, why submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord, if you don't serve the Most High, if you're smoking weed, if you're into witchcraft and tarot cards and voodoo and kingdom kundalini energy, and you're not going to want to serve the Most High, you're not going to want to submit to your husband. So you have to submit to the Most High first. So any woman, any sister, first thing first, submit to the Most High. Right, submit to the Most High. So you're training and preparing yourself so you can submit to your husband. Right, that's the goal. Submissiveness, right, being a helpmate. Let's keep going. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. If you don't submit to Yahweh Shai, how you gonna submit to your husband? You gotta submit to the Most High. You gotta come into this truth, follow the Most High, understand His law, statutes, and commandments, understand who we are, understand how to keep the faith, understand the grace, understand the mercy, understand the Bible, understand the prophecy, and understand the law and everything in the wisdom and gospel of the scriptures. Okay, you have to submit to that first. You won't be able to keep Genesis 2 if you don't submit to the Most High, right? Going back to that, being in the image of Adam, being in the image of Adam, which is the image of the Most High, you won't be able to have the likeness of the Lord dwelling in you if you cannot submit to the Most High. Okay. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husband in everything. It don't say a couple things. It don't say when you feel like it. It don't say when you just got a gift for your anniversary. It says everything. Okay. So just like how you submit to your husband and everything, you got to submit to the Most High and everything, or vice versa. Right. So submit to your husband. Submit to your husband is the number one biggest deal that you're going to have to deal with. Is submitting to your husband. Now, let's touch on the young woman. Right. Let's get First Timothy. First Timothy chapter 5. Right. Let's look at First Timothy chapter 5, verse 14. I would therefore that the younger woman marry. So it don't say, younger women, you have to sit there and be Judah, right? I want to be like Judah. Judah didn't get married. I don't want to get, well, hey, Paul gave advice and he said, you know what? Hey, young woman, marry. I hope y'all get married. Get married. It's not off. It's not wicked. Most I didn't say, old woman, do not take a husband in this city. Why you need a husband as a covering, a protector, a provider, and if he's righteous, right? He's going to give you children, right? Inheritance. He's going to give you order, instructions, and lead you to the kingdom of the one. Okay. So younger woman, right? Get married, bear children, right? So the most I didn't say wait till you're 40 to bear children. You got women out here. I ain't having no kid. I'm gonna just fornicate till I'm 35. That's off. You can't even. I think they said the best prime years to have a baby is what 18 to 25. I will look it up. But 18 to 25, if I'm not mistaken, that's the best years to bear a child. Okay, so bear children when you're young, marry when you're young, right? Right? Guide the house. Your responsibility is to guide the house. You guide the children. It's not saying guide the Most High. It's not saying guide your husband. Guide the house, right? You should have a order regimen of how you clean. You should have an order regimen of how you wash the dishes or when you're washing the clothes. You should have stuff set up in order. When your husband's not there, you're the head. You are in charge. When your son is saying, "Hey man, can I do this? Can I do that?" You have to give a logical answer to if you can do it or not. So you have to guide the house. This is what women are made to do. Women are not made to do damn push-ups, to bench 315, to be a man, right? Women are not made to go to war. Women are not made to shoot arrows and damn do any of this folly. Okay. So give none occasion, right? What the Lord said, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. It's like it. Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Now, what does it mean to the adversary? Who's the adversary? Who's the adversary? Who is your husband the adversary? Or giving on occasion to the adversary to speak personally. Now, what is talking about the most Satan? Right, it's talking about anybody against you. Don't give anybody against you the opportunity to speak about you in a bad light. And that's a big one. Right? Sisters will say, yeah, I bear children. I guide my house, but then you give all the adversary to you give all the occasion for the adversary to speak reproachfully. Or your husband asks you to do something, you're smacking your tongue, smacking your lips, and you're rolling your eyes, you're looking up. Why do I gotta make this nigga food? He don't know how to cook. Don't you know how to cook? Somebody asks me. Somebody asks me. The women get tired of me. You don't know how to cook. Well, I'm always cooking. A woman just made to cook, right? That's giving the adversary occasion to speak reproachfully. If your Howard Shaw was in the house and he told you to do something, and you'll be on it if you fear the Lord. Now, if you don't fear the Lord, right? You don't fear the Lord, you wouldn't do what Yahweh Shah said, and that speaks about your spirit. Because you got to look at your husband like Yahweh Shah. And if you don't look at him like Yahweh Shah, then you don't really fear the Lord. Let that sizzle in your spirit. If you don't look at your husband like Yahweh Shah, you don't really truly fear the Lord. You shouldn't be looking at your husband thinking a nigga. He's African American. He's a black man. It's a Negro with a damn, I don't know, fringes. Right? You don't want to have a negative connotation about your own people or hate your own people. Okay. So verse 15. For some are already turned aside after Satan. Or how they turn aside after Satan? Through many different things, idleness, etc., etc. I think it touches on this chapter as well. It touches on this in this chapter, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it does not touch on this chapter. But never, oh, here it is, right here. Verse, let's jump down to, let's keep reading. So I get verse 5. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate, trusteth in God and continue in supplications and prayers night and day. So this is what a woman should do. All right, this is what a woman should do. It tells us what to do. I'm starting actually verse 4. But if any widow have children or nephew, well, let's start at that's the whole thing, man. This whole thing actually. Start at 1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and a younger man as brethren. All right, so meaning don't go just rebuking elders for every goddamn thing. If you're going to a man that's been in the truth for 20, 25 years, and you're asking him a question, you're trying to look at his damn hat. Oh, do he got a hole in his hat? Is it a hole in his hat? I'm finna rebuke him. Get on him. You want to examine and ask questions before you just rebuke an elder. Okay, because he usually knows what's going on. You have to have respect. You have to respect your elders. Okay. But the elders, right? You know, like I said, and treat him like a father. You treat the older man like a father, and the younger men as brethren, right? You look at younger men as your brother, right? Not as a nigga, right? Not as a little pipsqueak, a knucklehead. Verse 2, the elder woman as mothers, right? Look at them as mothers, and the younger as sisters with all purity. This keeps wickedness, lust, folly, gossip, all out of the children of Israel's land. If you look at the elder women as mothers, not just old hags, you look at the younger sisters, right, the younger women as sisters, you won't look at them in a lustful, wicked spirit. If you rebuke your father, right, it's like if you don't rebuke an elder in a wicked spirit, but you talk to him and you treat him like your father, you won't treat him like an old wicked Negro, and you treat the younger man as your brother, not like a young pipsqueak. Okay, verse 3: honor widows that are widows indeed, right? But if any widow have children or nephews, Shalakia, let them learn first to show pity at home and to requite their parents, for that is good and acceptable before God. Now, she that is a widow, indeed, and desolate, trusteth in God and continue in supplications and prayers night and day. If you're a widow, your husband died, he died in however way, a car crash, you got shot, whatever. And you want to, this is the works you want to do, right? Praying night and day, trusting in the Most High, continuing the supplications, right? Being on fire through the Spirit. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Why is the Most High putting this spirit, putting this spirit on Paul? Because he knows this is what women love to do. Women love pleasure. They love trips. They love fornication. They love freaking off. They love sexual pleasure. They love money. They love food. They love any sense of pleasure and emotion. Okay, you don't want to live in your pleasure. It's not often not wicked to have pleasure, but you don't want to live in your pleasure, because living in your pleasure is different from having pleasure. Okay, living in pleasure is every damn month you take a trip outside of the states. I gotta take a trip, so I gotta do what I gotta. You're living in pleasure, right? If you live in pleasure, if your sole purpose is to live in pleasure, you're dead while you live, right? Meaning because you're not reborn, right? You're not still the old woman, etc., etc. And these things give in charge that they may be blameless, right? Now I want to go down to where is that at? Like, yeah, talk about them being busybodies right here, verse 11. It's verse 11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Christ, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith. So if you cast off the first faith, the first believe, you begin to be wanton against Christ. Wanton means looking around. Or you're looking around, you're looking at other things, except Yahweh Shah. Right? You're getting married, you're just getting married to any damn body, having damnation, and you don't want to cast off your first faith. Verse 13. And with all, they learn to be idle. You don't want to be idle. As a widow woman, as a single sister, as women, period. Idleness is the number one demon for sisters. Sisters be on TikTok for damn 8 hours out the day. Be on TikTok, YouTube, and all the gossip and the mukbangs. People really watch mukbang. You watch people get off sandwiches and burgers and French fries, and you eat it and you watch it, man. Babylon's a fat country, man. You sit there, you watch people eat and damn be happy with it. Huh? That's off. Don't be idle. Or the Most High said, idleness teaches much evil. Greatly paraphrasing from the book of Sirach. Wandering about from house to house. Right? Why are they going house to house? You got nowhere to live. You going house to house. You're idle. You cast it off the faith. You're getting married off. You're waxing wonton against the Most High. And not only idle, but tattlers also. Why you in everybody damn business? No, who wants an older sister around? She's a damn tattletale. She's tattling. Let's look at the word tattler. All right, let's look up the word. All right, another demon sisters deal with is damn gossip. Man, what's the big spill? What's the new thing? Girl, did you hear this brother got another wife? Did you hear that? Yeah, he cheated on her, and man, let's get tattler. Tattler refers to a person who gossips, shares secrets, or acts as an informer. Okay? Person, someone who habitually tattles, reveals secrets, or gossips. Symptoms include synonyms, or it is symptoms. Synonyms include blabbermouth, talebearer, or snitch. Right? So if you are a habitual tattler, and you going the hell off, man. Now, hold on, dude. Where's that in the law? Show me what the law says. I can't be a tattler. Show me what the law said. Don't be a talebearer. The word talebearer is going to a slanderer. A slanderer is somebody who is professing, screaming, proclaiming wickedness, lies, and false things on a person that's not true. That's a slanderer. Okay? But you don't want to be a gossiper, somebody who's a tattler at the end of the day, period. Right? Because the Most High is not dealing with that spirit, right? Remember, sin is not just breaking the law. It's not being in the spirit of the Most High and rejecting the spirit of God when it's telling you to do something or compelling you to do something, or when it's inside or dwelling in a righteous holiday, a righteous person, a righteous anything. Right? The Most High can put the spirit on somebody and he's telling you to do something, you don't do it, and you sin against the Most High. Right? Plain and simple, right? The Most High the Most High use prophets all the time. Hey, do this, don't do that, do this. And if you don't do it, you're going off. Hey, Samuel said, hey, wait until I get there on the seventh day and we're going to do the offering. He didn't say, thus saith the Lord. He said, wait until the seventh day. Now, Saul heard that and he did an offering fast. He did not wait. He sinned. He did not listen to the righteous prophet right there, which is off. Right? Sin don't have to be, oh, let me search it up in the tool. Wait a minute. Oh, you did that, brother. You went off. You reviled the God. No, brother, you moved in the spirit against the spirit. Right? Which is, if you're not moving in the spirit and not listening to the spirit, then you're listening to the devil, right? Plain. But anyways, busybodies, right? Let's get the definition of busybodies. Busybodies. All right, what is a busybody? Sister got an issue with this. Busybody, an individual who it's like I'm butchering words tonight. An individual who habitually meddles in the private affairs of others, often under the guise of helping or concern, but usually delivering unwelcome, uninvited interference and gossip. And everybody knows a sister like this. Everybody knows a sister. But one we don't. That's a good thing if you don't. But more than likely, every brother knows a sister who's a damn busybody. Right? So like that. Saratoga. Right? Everybody knows a sister who's a busybody. You know, it's always some sister. She want to know what's going on in your household. She always asking about you. Sometimes you want to watch that. Why are you always asking about my husband? Well, I just know he's a mighty man of the Lord. When the last time your husband he did a lesson? You sure he has the spirit upon you? What do you think, sis? What do you think? Is that the spirit of the Most High dwelling in him? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's wicked. I think you should call counsel on him. I think you should take it to the church. You all in somebody else's damn business, giving them uninvited interference and gossip, man. You the tea woman, right? Got some sisters, they just love knowing the tea. Yeah, I know what happened to him. I know why he fell out, and I know what happened to her, and I know that. You don't know, but I know it. Right? Again, don't be a busybody. Don't be a tattler. I don't want to touch on this forever. Right. So another demon sisters deal with is gossip. All right. This is showing you what is required. What is required for you to not be a tattler, not be a busybody, to not be idle, right? To be a helpmate, right? To submit to your husbands as submit to the Most High, right? To move in the spirit and image of the Most High, right? As a woman, though, okay. Speaking things which they ought not. Okay, so it tells you, right, that these are the things that the widows was doing. Don't be in that spirit for younger women or widows as well. Either or. Okay. Now, let's get another precept. Right now, I want to get into something more practical because a lot of times the scripture, right, is used in a good sense, but it's not, applied necessarily correctly. Right. Another thing that's required for a woman, right, is to not be vain. Right, to not be vain. All right, let's get this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, and let's start at 30. Oh, so hold on, wait a minute. 31:30. Favor is deceitful, right? What favor is deceitful, right? If you have so much favoritism, it can be deceitful, right? It can be used in a wicked way. It can be wrong, and beauty is vain. Now, brothers read this, hold on, closing the Bible. That's it. Beauty is vain. I don't matter. It don't matter, brother. And then the brother goes just marry a damn hobo woman off the street. Oh, brother, the precepts say beauty is vain. Brother, hold on. We got to keep this in context and we got to break this down, right? Beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Now, this scripture is not saying beauty is literally vain, plainly. It doesn't matter. Because on a deeper sense, now if you want to get technical, on a deeper sense, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Literally nothing matters but the Most High and the Spirit of God. Nothing matters. Okay. But we have to understand that it's levels to the scriptures, it's levels to things. Okay. What does it mean? Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. What is this talking about? Well, this is talking about a beautiful woman that does not fear the Lord. Because why is the purpose? Why is it even saying that? But a woman that feared the Lord, she shall be praised. You shouldn't get praised for just your beauty. You shouldn't get praised just for favor. You should be praised for you fearing the Lord. You shouldn't be known as a sister. Yeah, that's the prettiest sister in the camp. This is the baddest sister in the camp. You don't want that essential praise. That might come with it, but that praise you really want is the fear of the Most High, right? This sister on fire. It's a sister. Well, I'm not gonna name a sister, but it's a sister, man. She do number of prayers, man. She do a number of prayers and cold cuts and videos on TikTok. Right? She on fire. Nobody says, "Oh, this sister is so beautiful. I love looking at her." They say, "Amen." She's on fire. She's praised for fearing the Lord. Okay. So if a woman is just beautiful and does not fear the Lord, it's vain. That's what it's talking about. Don't just be a beautiful woman and not fear the Lord, right? Because that's usually what happens. A lot of the beautifulest women might be wicked as hell, man. Why you got so-called Juice WRLD in his music? He says, "Hey, why do evil girls have the prettiest face, man?" Right? Women, and that's a whole, breakdown of the self, the complex of women, and the halo effect, and all that type of stuff. But nevertheless, right, beauty is vain if you do not fear the Lord. That's what it's talking about. How do we know that? Let's go to the more precepts, right? Let's go to Sirach 36. So another requirement of sisters is to fear the Lord. Get praise for being the fear. It's like it. Get praise if you get praise for fearing the Lord. Do not be just beautiful without the fear of the Lord. Okay. Now, again, the Most High put the spirit on man to love beauty, right? It's no way as a grown man, and we're mature. This is not just for little kids watching this cold cut. We're mature, right? Men and women love somebody that they can look upon. Okay, that's plain. That's plain nature in any animal, any beast, any kingdom, anything. It's a certain thing that the other sex or gender likes about the other gender, and it's something specific. You have people that have the so-called type, whatever. That's real. It's real knowledge. That's a real thing. And let's prove that. Sirach 36 and 22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. Now, hold on now. The Most High just said beauty is vain, but then he just said that the beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. So the scriptures got to be saying that beauty only is vain, because your husband, right, whether people like it or not, right, you get treated differently based off your looks. Now, that's not right. I'm not gonna say that's correct, that's upright, but it's reality, right? You have, like I said, I want to look this up. Right, we gotta kind of get it. You gotta kind of get into the worldly terms, right? You gotta get into the worldly terms. Let's get this right. You gotta get into the worldly terms. You gotta break it down for Israel. Um, let's see. I want to get this. Let's get this real quick. Mm, 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 mm. All right, let's share this. This is called the halo effect. The halo effect, right? Sometimes called the halo era, a term coined by Edward Thorndike, an Edomite, right? Is the tendency for positive impressions of a person, company, country, brand, or product in one area to posit to positively influence one's opinion or feelings of a person, company, country, band, or product in another area. A simplified example of the halo effect could be when people, after noticing that an individual in a photograph is attractive, well groomed, and properly attired, then assumes, using a mental heuristic based on the rules of their rules of their own social concept, that the person in the photograph is a good person. So you have something called a halo effect, right? People see a so-called beautiful person, they think they're just naturally nice. They think they're just good. People get treated differently for their looks, right? So another thing what I want to touch on is that keep up your beauty, right? Don't come into this truth. You get a husband, or you have a baby, and now you're 120 pounds overweight, man. Right? That's going to change the dynamic of your relationship. The Most High said a man loveth nothing better. Yeah, man loves submission. Yeah, man love when you cook for him. Yeah, man. But men love beauty, right? So at the end of the day, you don't have to, come to the feast days trying to be the baddest one out. But at the end of the day, you want to be a beautiful woman. Just keep yourself up, man. And wear deodorant, man. Wash yourself, right? Get washes and get things to make sure you're a good smelling woman, right? Take care of yourself, man. Work out. do what you need to do to be a beautiful woman. And that goes as well for men, right? The Most High is not saying, brothers, you come to the truth and you can gain 85 pounds. It's off. You got to examine that. Figure out what you got to do. Let me see my battery. Figure out what you got to do and uptake yourself, man. Right? That's going to change the dynamic of your marriage, man. Right? You have to desire one another. That's going to keep your marriage long lasting. Desire your husband, desire your woman. How you going to desire your husband and he all out of whack? I'm gonna save it that, move on. He all out of whack. So make sure, brothers and sisters, keep yourself up. Keep yourself up in your marriage. Keep yourself up. If you're single, just keep yourself up. Right? Do not just think and read Proverbs 31 and 30 and think you can be musty all goddamn day. Your husband want to do benevolence. He want to deal with you, and you're damn musty all the time. You're not dealing with that. You got a mustache. You got a damn unibrow. And you can fix that stuff, man. You got some hard hands, man. Hey, get some aloe vera, get some shea butter, and figure it out, man. You want to make sure both of y'all are trying to be the most attractive for each other. Okay. Let's keep going. Another thing I want to touch on. Let's start at 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So when you are preparing to get married, because you have to be a wife, like the Lord says in let's get that real quick. Proverbs 18 and 20. Proverbs 18 and 20. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 20. Or maybe 22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. So when it say he that findeth, he have to find a wife. You have to already be prepared as a wife. You have to already know what to do. And really, in all actuality, your mother is supposed to be teaching you how to be a wife when you're a child. Now, you don't know the curses come. You might not know. You wasn't raised that way, etc., etc. But essentially, you should be found as a wife. You should be found with good traits and characteristics and found with value that you can bring to your husband. Right? Look at Caleb's daughter. She had an inheritance. Right? She has something to bring, quote unquote, to the table. Right? If you find a wife, you find a good thing and obtain a favor of the Lord, right? Because you found a good woman. Now I want to go back to that. What did it take me back to that? All praises. So another thing sisters got to understand is that you are your man's possession. You do not possess your man. Your man is not like some tennis shoes. Your man is not a drum set. Your man is not a beauty marker. Your man is not an eyelash, damn wand. Your man is not your damn deodorant. You are a man's possession, right? And sisters might not like that. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm out of his possession. Let's get the word possession. Because what does that mean? I don't know what it means to be his possession. What does a possession mean? That means possessed. What does that mean? Let's get the definition of possession. I hate when they do this. You know what I mean. Possession, the state of having, owning, or controlling something. Let's get Slakia. An item of property, something belonging to one. The state of being controlled. Now that's off. See, yeah, we're not talking about that type of possession, right? But item of property belonging to someone, own and control something. Your husband is supposed to have control over you. Yeah, I said it. He's supposed to have control over you, just like your boss at work. Your boss say jump, how you say how high. Your boss say mop, wash the dishes. Oh, go do this, do that. You do it. Why? Because you have a paycheck. You're submissive because of the paycheck. But when you come home, you tell your husband, shut the hell up. I'm not doing that today. You're not being a good possession, right? It's going to sound crazy. When you got some shoes or you got anything, a PlayStation, anything a man possesses, anything somebody possesses, does it tell the owner what to do? It's like, do your shoes start saying, hold on now, you're going to wear me on this foot. I'm going to be on the left foot today. No, that's out of order. The possession is not supposed to move like that. Now, I'm not saying sisters are shoes, but I'm comparing that the two likenesses of being a possession. Your possessions don't control you and order you and do things to you. You are on the owner's time. Stop thinking you're on your time. You're doing what you want to do. You're going to have a situation handled. You're gonna figure it out. No, your whole purpose is being a helpmate and being a possession for your husband. You're I mean, you're supposed to desire to be owned, if you get what I'm saying. If you have ears to be here, ears to hear. Right? In the ancient world, sisters wasn't damn hoping to get married so they can tell this Negro what to do. No, they was begging to get married, begging to have children, desiring to have a Lord and somebody to listen to. They had the spirit of submission, right? You had Sarah, who called Abraham Lord. She called him Adawan, master. What does it mean, master? Right? So you want to have that spirit preparing, right, to be possessed. And that's just being, I'm a brother. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna sprinkle some salt on it. Hey, man, that's what it is. You are supposed to be prepared to be possessed by this man. Now, in this ancient world day, right? Usually, sisters don't have a father. You have to court this man. You have to figure this man out. You have to figure out: do you want to submit to him? Do I want to be possessed by him? Do I want to listen to everything he says? Does he have the traits that I'm looking for? That will solve a lot of fornication and madness right there. Right? You got to know who you want. Don't be talking to 40 damn brothers. You everybody possession. You everybody shoes. I mean, you're not even a possession. You know what I'm saying? What? I mean, you're community ball. As they would say, community ball. A help like unto himself, right? Meaning being the spirit of your husband, help him with things he need help with. Stop trying to help your husband with stuff he don't need help with, man. Your husband is into damn real estate. And you trying to help him how to become an Olympic swimmer. Hey, husband, listen, I'm telling you, if you stay under the water for 15 seconds, help him in something he's in. You have to learn your man, learn what he's into, and help him in that, right? And a pillar of rest, right? You're supposed to be his foundation, his pillar, his rock of rest. Okay, verse 25. Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled. Now that's a deep spirit, right? That's a deep, it's like scripture. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. What is a hedge? It represents protection. It represents covering. There the possession is spoiled. Now I'm gonna break it down in the spiritual sense. In the spiritual sense, right? Have a hedge about yourself. What does that mean? Have modest apparel, right? Don't be open. Don't be just easy accessible. No man really likes that. No man really wants his woman. You can see everything about her. Yeah, some women they just love social media. All about this brother's rib. You just go on his page, go on her page. You know all about his woman, man. She's accessible. Sisters supposed to have their pages on private, right? Not supposed to have their pages on public. Why the hell am I allowed to look at your woman? Right? Not saying no man wants to look at your woman, but why is a man allowed to look at your woman? He's allowed to just look at your possession. You got some brothers, they love showing their woman. I love my woman. This is my baby. This is my trophy. This is my bag. You see this? Hey, look, you see this? Yeah. That's mine. You see? Yeah, you see it? Yeah, do a spin, but do a 360. Hey, you're not supposed to be in the spirit of showing your damn possession, man. Your possession is for you. It's supposed to be in the hedge. Right? So don't be so easily accessible. Right? Because where no hedge is, there the possession is for. It was robbed, it's taken, it's gone, it's grabbed. Right? And he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. That's going to the single brother, right? The single brother. They're going to mourn, right? Whether he like it or not. He's going to think about it. He's going to think about his children. He's going to think about his lineage. He's going to mourn. Okay? So, right, Lord, these are great, great precepts, great topics. Let's get Sirach 25. I was supposed to make this short, man. Jesus, Lord, man. Whoop, is the spirit of speaking expressively in the last days, right? This is Sirach 25:1. And three things was beautified and so beautiful, both before God and men. Right? This is beautiful and honorable to look and see before God and men. This has honor, recognition, clout, or whatever you want to call it. Before God and men, right? This is a beautiful thing in sight. This is something to be renowned and acknowledged. The unity of brethren, right? The love of neighbors, and a man and a wife that agree together. It's just beautiful. It's also great when a brother have his house in order. It's beautiful. It's beautiful before God and men. His woman, he'll tell his woman to do something. She do it. It's in order. She don't buck up at him. She don't ask him 40. Sometimes sisters, men don't need all them damn questions, man. A man tell you, hey, do this real quick. Hold on, well, why am I doing this? What do I need to do this for? Can I do it this way? He ain't ask you all that. Just do it. Agree. I mean, we always shy. We don't ask Howard Shy 30 questions. You always start say wear friends. Well, why do I wear friends? Can I wear friends on Tuesday? I don't want to wear. Can I sew my friends? Can I wear one friends? Can I wear? He said just wear your friends. You're making it deeper. You're not agreeing. Just agree, right? And on a deeper level, right, on a contextual level, it's talking about both of y'all agree on stuff, or y'all agree on how you're gonna move forward. Y'all agree on everything. What y'all gonna do? How many children you're gonna have, et cetera, et cetera. What God y'all serve. It's beautiful before God and men, right? When what women have agreement and cooperation with their husbands, right? So you want to be agreeable. Well, a lot of times why Jake get with other nations is because they're agreeable, right? Wing Pong and Chung Lee, they have a certain spirit of submissiveness about them, right? You got Jake, right? Even though it's in the spirit of fornication, right? Heartbroken fornication. They fly out to damn Thailand and go get damn Moabites, man. Because they say, yeah, they're so submissive. They treat me like a king. They love me. Hey, a man will leave. A man will leave you because you're not cooperative. A man will leave you if you don't keep yourself. Hey, it's off. It's wicked. But you're not going to have the same type of husband if you don't keep these things. And I'm being real. You know, at the end of the day, I can't do nothing, right, but be real. All right, now let's get Proverbs 12, man. And Lil Will, this is a great breakdown. Right, I am definitely giving up my time for the children of Israel, but it's okay at the end of the day. The Most High will make stuff happen. It's Proverbs 12:4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. You don't want to make your husband ashamed. You got certain women that come to the feast days with the tightest dress on, right? You got certain sisters, they damn just eye man at the new moon, man. Right? I shouldn't have to come to the new moon and this brother Rib always staring at brothers, man. Kind of hear it around, you know. Now you're a woman in the council. I just don't. And me and Jake, a lot of stuff gets unsaid. You know, a brother might not come to you. Hey, you know, brother, your woman been watching me. Right, you might get mad. He might crash out. What the hell? What the heck? My wife ain't never. It might become a beef. So Jake, you know, they don't say nothing. They keep it on the low. They hush. Hey man, but on a deeper level, hey man, you just made your husband ashamed, man. Imagine I ain't gonna lie. A brother come to me and say, "Hey man, your woman was looking at me up and down. I ain't gonna lie, no brother. I mean, I don't want to." He could come to you respectfully. That's gonna make your husband ashamed in any sense. You don't want to bring shame to your household or whatever you do. Gossiping, whatever sin, whatever you do, if you make your husband ashamed, and that's us rottenness in his bone, which is killing him. Rottenness is you don't live with rottenness. You die. Or you can't. How long can you live with rottenness in your bones? Nothing. You're killing your husband when you're making him ashamed. Or a virtuous woman is a crown, or you're an adder, you're the cherry on top. Or let the man be the milkshake. Let them, it's gonna sound crazy. Let's be mature and adult. Let the man, you get what I'm saying? Let the man be the milk. Let him be the whipped cream in the cup. You're the cherry on top. Well, you're the righteous. What's the name? It's a word for that, man. Not it's another word for it, but counterpiece, centerpiece. It's something that's called. But basically, you're the great. I forgot the word, man. Damn it. But basically, the top best addition to what's there in so many words, right? I cannot remember that word for that. Not counterpiece, headpiece. It's something piece. All right. Let's get more. And again, I might do a second video on this because this breakdown can get long, it can get, it can get very extensive. Right. This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 14, and verse 34. Another thing, right, sisters, right? First Corinthians 14 and 13. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the Lord. Women are not supposed to be talking, right? Talking all in the congregation, talking all in the synagogue. You're supposed to keep silence, right? Silence. Lord is dealing with silent women. When did the Most High ever say, I'm dealing with the loud, clamorous, belligerent black woman? Never. The Most High loves silent women. Men love silent women. We got enough stuff to think about. I'm thinking about a bill, thinking about this, thinking about that. And you're talking and just ramming off to me about damn a bad girls club. Nobody want to hear that, right? Keep silence in the churches. Be in the spirit of being silent. Right? Silence. That was the TikTok silence. Silence. As what? As also said the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it is a shame for women to speak at church. You don't want to come to sisters come. You come to the school. You know, you have a question about what was going on, and you walk up to the damn leader. Hey, Naquam. Hey, I got a question. I got a question. You're going off. You're supposed to ask your husband at home. You don't just go up to the camp leader. Hey, can you break that down for me? Yeah, I know my husband's making me a sandwich. I'll get to that later. Can you break it down for me? Adawan, master, Lord, teacher, rabbi? Right? No, you're supposed to go to your husband. Why? For it is a shame for women to speak in the church, right? Again, touching on silence. Let's get more on that, man. Let's get more on that. Let's get Sirach. Silence. It's a fun little TikTok, man. That damn silence. Right. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 42 and 14. Better is the churlishness of a man than a courteous woman, a woman I say which bringeth shame and reproach. Now, again, another translation, this says, better is the wicked. The wickedness of man is better than the wickedness of woman. In a sense, I get what that translation is saying, but that's not what necessarily that verbatim is saying. So this verbatim is saying, better is the churlishness of a man. Who we know is churlish, right? Nabal, he was rude. He was very rude. He was, an a-hole, right? It's better for you to be a rude man. That's what it's saying. A rude man instead of a courteous woman, a woman who's nice, who's pleasant and beautiful and kind. But a kind woman, a woman I say, which bring up shame and reproach. But you have women who are nice for wickedness, right? They smile, they rub on your arm, they touch on you, their eyes glisten when they see you. Right? She's going to bring shame and reproach. Right? She's being nice for wickedness. She's being nice in a deceitful way. Okay? So it's basically saying it's better. Like, for instance, we all know we have older forefathers, right? We have older men in our life. You had my grandfather, he was rude, man. Hey boy, go cut the grass. You don't say, hey, you want a cup of water? Are you tired? No, hey boy, go cut the grass. Hey, what time is it? What you doing in here? Get up. He's rude, but his intentions isn't wrong. His intentions isn't off. Right? He does not have bad intentions when he's being so-called quote unquote rude. Okay, that's better than you being courteous and being deceitful and bringing shame and reproach. Don't be a nice sister, right? Trying to manipulate people with your false humility, right? I wanted to touch on that. What's another one, man? It's a mighty lesson. All right, Sirach 7 and 26. As thou a wife after thy mind, forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. Right, let's get the definition of a light. What is a light woman? What are they talking about? A woman that's 100 pounds? Right. Got Jake. Jake don't know what's going on, right? All right. Light woman has two main. Slack it. A light woman has two definitions, two main contrasting meanings. An older derogatory term for a promiscuous or unchaste woman. A modern positive who radiate. No, that's not what I was talking about. Right, promiscuous or unchaste. Historically, light meant easily influenced. Hold on, I'm going off. Slack it. It's sharing now. Historically, light meant easily influenced, fickle, or loose of morals, often to describe a woman who was sexually promiscuous or a prostitute. Right, so you don't want to go after a light, easy, influenced, fickle, loose moral whore. Right, amen. Forsake not a woman, right, that's after your mind. And your mind should be after the Most High. And that's how the woman should be after the Most High. All right, I'm going to get quicker. See in Proverbs 9. Right, again, the Most High is not dealing with loud, clamorous women. Let's get another precept on that. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. Let's get the definition of clamorous. You got to get in there. You got to get in there. What does clamorous mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. I have never heard of clamorous. Right, share. Clamorous, making a loud and confused noise. Right? Noisy, loud, vocal. Right, just share. Boisterous, rowdy, rackety, tumultuous, vehement, shouting, shrieking, screaming, demanding. Hey man, the Most High said, a foolish woman, a dumb, retarded, low level, low IQ, not aware of the spirit woman is clamorous. She's loud. She's full of words. She is simple and knoweth nothing. You don't have understanding if you're just a loud woman. They come down to, hey, get it. They're just loud. Right? Yeah, they're talking without knowledge. It's no point. It's no precept, etc. Right? So, anyways, let's get so many precepts, man. Proverbs 5. Well, Proverbs 5, verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword, right? Don't be a singer like Sister Sirach 9, right? Speak directly, right? Do not be a woman that's slick with her words. You know, you're real wanton, you're real experienced in this game. So you talk with a certain level of smoothness. A damn player woman, right? You don't want to have that spirit of speaking smoother words than oil. Yeah, I'm trying to drop game on his husband. Yeah, you know, when I get you, I'm gonna cook for you every night. I love you. I'm gonna do whatever. Don't do too much flattery, right? Too much damn fluff, as they would say, right? You don't want to be slick. You don't want to be talking against your husband and it's like it's not sharing as well, man. It's going off, right? 5 and 3, but you don't want to be slick, right? You want to be direct, concise, to the point, and silent. Again, it's silence. You know, silence is a big deal. You know, let's get Proverbs chapter. Let's get one more, man. Let's get a couple of them. All right. You also know we don't want to deal with pride. We don't want to deal with pride. A lot of women deal with pride. Right? It's Proverbs 14 and 1. Every wise woman build her house, but the foolish pluck of it down with her hands. Right? You don't want to break and tear down your household. And that's deep. Your husband get another wife, and you say, hell no, I'm not dealing with it. I'm gonna beat that B. You know, I'm gonna beat the BA. You're gonna put your hands on the daughter of Zion because your husband dealing with this woman. And that extra woman is there to be a support to him in the household. You're breaking the household down when you do that. And that might ruffle some feather. Hold, what you mean? How is that breaking my well hold on. If the woman's in his household and you damn plucking it, destroying what he's building, you're going off. You're supposed to add to your household or have a damn friend, a sister in this thing, man. But the foolish pluck it down with their hands. And that's many multifold ways, right? Don't destroy your house with your own hand. All right. Now let's get so many. I think that I might have touched on everything I wanted to primarily touch on. I think I might have touched on everything I primarily want to touch on. Um, we do want to get discretion. Let's get discretion. I want to get discretion. That was another one I wanted. So, Proverbs 11 verse 22. As a jewel in a gold is a jewel as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. Right? If you're a woman that's beautiful, but you don't have discretion, again, that beauty is vain. You got to have both. You want to be beautiful and fear the Most High. You want to be attracted to your husband and fear the Most High. You want to be perfect. The Most High said in Matthew 5 in the last verse, "Be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect." That's for men, women, and children. Be perfect. Be as best as you can be. Have discretion. What is discretion? Oh, I don't know what discretion means. You gotta look it up. I never heard of discretion. All right, let's get the definition of discretion. Right, discretion. The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. Being discreet, chaste, as it says in Titus, right? Chaste. So you want to be discreet, have circumspection, have circumspection, care, and caution to what you say and what you do. Okay. Um, let's close that out. What was I just quoting? Let's get that in Titus 2. That's what I was missing. Right. Titus 2 is mean. Another epistle from the mighty brother Paul. Where is Titus? Am I blind? My spirit, mine's wrong. All right, here it is. Titus. Titus 2. Book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse 3. The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. Have holy behavior. Twerking isn't holy behavior. The Most High is no law. So where's the law that says, hey, thou shalt not twerk? I don't see a law that says thou shalt not twerk. But is that godly? Is that holy? The Most High said, oh, I got to share this again. The Most High said that he's going to come back to destroy those who are ungodly and unrighteous in Romans chapter 1 and verse 14 on that, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So that's not godly behavior. Being drunk all damn day, wearing immodest apparel, right? Being wicked as hell, not loving your husband, not being in order, not being submissive, being a nigga woman, not being supportive. Hey, that's not holy. And that's not becoming holy. That's not holiness. It's not behavior and holiness. Not false accusers. Don't be coming up with all the damn conclusions. You know, Jake saying, where that woman coming, she jumping to conclusions. Stop being a false accuser. Did you not read in the law that Moses said, if you are a false witness on somebody and they didn't do it, you got to get the same judgment that they was going to get, man? Don't just be a false accuser, not giving to too much wine, not a drunkard, teacher of good things. What are some good things? That they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. The most I didn't say keepers in a club. Clippers at Club Celebrity, keepers at the Annex, right? Keepers at your mama house. Hey man, keepers of home. Good, obedient to the old husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. So the Most High explains right here all the characteristics as well as a woman, young woman, or old woman should have, right, in their spiritual bag. Right now, let's get a First Peter. First Peter chapter 3 and verse 5. Get his last closing precept, right? That should be everything I want to touch on. Right, that's pretty much everything I want to touch on. It's pretty much everything I want to touch on. Could be more. Go back into it. Could do another version. Oh, I wanted to touch on that joint Sirach. I gotta get that joint Sirach. This is First Peter though, chapter 3 and verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husband. They adorned themselves in subjection. They adore. Let's look at the word adore. Oh, I don't know what adore means. I never looked it up. I never read that. What does it mean? I'm confused. Right, adore. Right, let's get adore. Adore definition. Adore. Hold on. Right, to love and respect deeply, love dearly, devoted to, treasure, think of, admire, look up to, stand in awe of, put on a pet. You're supposed to put on a pedestal submission to your husband. How many sisters can say, yeah, I put on a pedestal submission? Hey, even though it's all to have no other idols before me, but it says idolize. If you idolize something, it's on a high level, regard highly, hope, it's like hold dear, care for. Care for, be adorned in what? Right? Being subject to their own husbands. That's if you trust God. Now, if you don't trust in God, you're not going to adorn this. You don't give a damn about it. Right? What? Now it explains verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, I don't want master, rabbi, right? Whose daughters ye are as long as ye do well. Right? You're the true daughter of Sarah. If you what? Do the things that Sarah did. Right? If you do these things, you do well. You are a daughter of Sarah, a daughter of Zion. But if you don't, you're not. You're a daughter of Shaitan, a daughter of Lot's wife, right? A daughter of Lot's daughters, all right? And it says, and are not afraid with any amazement. So again, be in order, be in subjection, love your husband. Now I want to get this last one, right? Touching on the appearance, right? Let's get this. All right. Oh Lord. That's not what I want. Oh, let's just get this. Let's get this in the GNT, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26. Right, Shalom, Shalom. Sirach, chapter 26. You got to damn share. You got to take the time. Sirach, chapter 26. And I mean, this whole thing is fire, man. Let's just take time. All right, let's get in there. Got it. Christ, man. All right, so I'm gonna pause, let it read, let it load. But anyway, Sirach 26 and 1. The husband of a good wife is a poor man. He will live twice as long because of her. Right? So you can make a man live twice as long if you're good to your husband. His years in peace. A good wife is among the precious given to those who fear the Lord. Whether such men are rich or poor, they will be happy and always look. So the pros of a righteous woman, right? If she is what? Right? Being righteous and being pure can be. Verse 5. Oh, man, more lag, slowing down, whatever, man. Let's go down verse 5. So let's start actually slacking at verse 7. A bad wife is like a yoke that doesn't fit. Here, you can tell unfaithful wife by the bold and flirting look and eyes. So you don't want to have that spirit of having a flirting, shameless through you drinking this. You're not easy to be a possession or have control over, says your husband. Hey, these things are off. Right? These things are off. You know, it might be taking its time, it might be loading slow. So I'm gonna pull it up. It's taking too much time. Right. And it's from the mighty brother, the one in Baltimore, W5 Baltimore. We gonna wait on that. Right. This is the word with adorn, right, which is cosmic right, which means adorn, to make beautiful. You're supposed to make it beautiful. Get the Sirach 26 though. All right, let's say Sirach 26, and I want to get 19, if I'm not mistaken, in GNT. Okay. Wanted to pull it up. Right. Satan is damn destroying alive. Right. Damn destroying alive. So let's get this in. Is it done? Is it done? No, it's not done. So this is Sirach 26, and let's start at 13. Start at 13 in the GNT. A gracious wife is her husband's delight. Her abilities make him a stronger man. A wife who doesn't talk too much is a gift from the Lord. Such restraint is admirable. My words. Lord, a modest wife has endless charm. It is a quality too precious to measure. So a woman being modest is great, it's beautiful, and it's too precious. You can't even count it. It's so low, it's so highly regarded. And just like how the Most High says as well, that as a wicked woman, a righteous woman, man. And the wicked woman, they're pissed. They gotta dress up like a whore to get attention, to get that validation. They have, right? verse 16. Oh, this is really pissing me off, man. Can't close it out. Can't do nothing with it. But anyway, Sirach 20 and 16. Oh, is it done? Of course not. Sirach 26 and 16. The beauty of a good wife and her well-kept home is like the noonday sun shining in the lower sky. A wife in her house, keeping it well kept. Hey, that's what's like the noonday, the sun shining in the lower sky. I had to delete that. Right there. I had to delete that. Right, damn, tearing up the live. Satan is on rampage. What's going on? Wait a minute. Who told him this precepts? How does he know this? And wait a minute, I'm confused. Wasn't he just a nigga? And right. We know you Edomites, you damn agents. You know, we know, now of course it could just be bad connection. It don't gotta be a damn agent. It don't gotta be somebody in the night somewhere in the damn van messing up the Wi-Fi. But it very well could be. It could be something in the internal, in the RAM, in the malware. Somewhere in there they could be doing stuff, man. Anything that says anything from this channel, flag it, slow down the connection. Right? They got power to do that. But this is Sirach 26. And let's start at put it back on being attractive for your husband. Being attractive, period. The beauty of a good wife in her well-kept home is like the noonday sun shining in the lower sky, which is beautiful. It's a good admiration. It's a good thing to see. Her beautiful face and attractive figure. So this explains our women, they have beautiful faces and attractive figures, are as lovely as the light from the sacred lampstand in the temple. Right? The menorah. Right? A beautiful woman, an attractive figure. Hey, that's just like the menorah in the temple. It's just something gaze upon. And like its gold shaft set on its silver base, her shapely legs are her shapely legs and strong ankles. Right. So it explains to us that our women was attractive, they was beautiful, they kept themselves up, but they also feared the Lord. Right. It was a 2-for-1. Right. It was them being perfect and being good at everything. So, Satan. Right, it's 11:09. So we're gonna wrap this up. So, it's like your Satan, had at it, did everything it needed to do. But Lord willing, sisters was edified, right, on what is required of a woman. Right, we broke it down, submit to the Most High first, then being prepared to be a possession and submitting to your husband, right, fearing the Lord, not being busybody, not being a gossiper, right, keeping the commandments, keeping the faith, right. I mean, there's many other priests I can go into. Proverbs 31, it's an ongoing topic, right? Mighty sisters, single sisters, y'all can be good at garments, doing videos for the sisters. Every sisters don't got to do a damn masculine breakdown, right? You can do videos on what's out of order. I mean, it's endless things to do. It's endless things to do. So Lord willing, that was edifying to the children of Israel, to the elect, right? We'll get some sleep, right? I want to say shalom to everybody who tuned in and got the understanding of it, right? Shalom, right? Shalom. Kwame Shalom. All right, let's get